Welcome to this new video in our video series about digital cameras. Today we will learn about network configuration. To be specific, we will learn about how you can use the Motec Toolchain to automatically configure your devices. If you want to have reliable video streaming in a complex network with multiple cameras, you need to make sure that several criteria are met. First of all, you need to configure the camera's IP addresses. Each camera needs a unique IP address. Second, you need to configure the streaming IP address. All the cameras need to be streaming to the device that you want to display the video on. Next, you got to configure the streaming port. Each camera needs a unique streaming port to avoid packages being mixed at the receiver end. Lastly, you will also need to configure bitrate. You need to make sure that all cameras combined do not exceed the maximum capacity of your network. Sometimes, depending on your display device, you might also want to reconfigure the camera's resolution. To achieve this, we have a written configuration guide available that you can get per request. Intuitively, you would say that maybe you can solve this problem with DHCP, but DHCP really only solves one part of the problem, which is distributing the camera's IP addresses. Now you still need to train a technician to configure all the other parameters in the list below. With the Motec Toolchain, it is possible to automate this process to make it easier for you to take a new machine into operation, diagnose issues, and find a solution for your problem. When you take cameras out of the box, they will come with a default IP address. In the case of Motec cameras, that's always 192.168.0.75. If you connect 4 of these in the same network, you will not be able to talk with them individually because the way a network works, they need a unique IP address. So historically, what you needed to do is connect one camera, configure it as you wish, connect the second camera, configure it as you wish, and proceed with this process until all your cameras are configured. And then you have a network with correctly configured IP addresses, ports, and streaming IP addresses that you can now tweak to your needs. You usually have to visit the web interface of each camera individually or use the configuration tool depending on your camera make and model. So let's look at the solutions available today. DHCP really only solves the IP addressing problem. You still have to train your service technicians to configure all the remaining parameters. SUMIP and ISO 17215 are great candidates, but they are not quite ready to market. They are really only suitable for early adopters as of today, and there's no graphical user interface available that you can distribute to your technicians and service employees. The Motec Toolchain, on the other hand, is available today. It is refined, it is reliable, and it is working intuitively. You don't have to take my word for it, because we will make a practical presentation right now. So let's dive right into it. Navigate to the Motec website and navigate to the download sections. Now download the Motec Camera Visualizer and install it on your system. After you installed the visualizer, you can launch it, and it will automatically detect all devices in the network for you. It will display all cameras found in the network. In our case, that's 4 devices with the same IP address, same streaming port, and same streaming destination IP, and the display. The display is not being displayed in this list because this is only for the view mode and video sources. If the system detects this system state with 4 cameras or any amount of cameras with the same IP, it suggests to run the auto setup. If we do this, it will prompt us that if we continue, we will change the network configuration of our devices. We confirm with yes. Because there is a display in the network, it will prompt us if we want to stream to this computer, if we want to stream to all devices in the network via multicast, if we want to stream to all devices in the network via broadcast, or if we want to stream to a particular device. In this case, we will stream to the display and this computer using multicast. So we select multicast to continue. Now the system will start to distribute IP addresses and valid network configurations throughout the network for all devices. And after the auto setup is complete, it will reload your device list and show the video streams accordingly. Of course, not every network is identical, and you might want to tweak some of the parameters here. You can go to Devices, Camera Controller, and it will load the list with all the devices in your network and their according configuration. If you want, you can now rename the cameras, confirm with Enter, and continue. Same is true for all stream-related parameters. So if you decide to mirror the image of one of the cameras or all of the cameras, that will happen in real time. If you select all devices and change your settings, it will change for all cameras at the same time. If you just select one camera, only one camera will actually do the change. If we want, we can now tweak parameters like the resolution to adjust it to our display. Or we can change the codec to something else. Once you are done configuring your network and all the cameras are configured as you wish, you can even export your current configuration list into individual factory default files that you can reuse later. It allows you to upload those files to other cameras to mirror the same configuration to other machines if needed. It now created 4 factory default files that we can later reuse. I hope this was helpful and you learned a little bit more about the Motec ecosystem. Thank you for your time, and I will see you next time.